Hi all, we're going to do some more C++ namespaces. In the first video we started going over the files in this folder. We went over what the standard library is, kind of touched on it, and there's different ways that you can use it. Okay, in this video we'll do 5, 6, 7, and 8. So first we'll check out the code. So here's how you create a namespace. We use the namespace keyword, and then we give the namespace a name. We can name it anything we want. And then inside the namespace we put code. It's just like a function. It's just like a block of code. Inside this namespace we're creating a variable named A. It's an integer and we're making it the value of 1. So how do we print this out? Inside main we have a simple print statement, and we access the variable here. We say go to the namespace myStuff and get the variable A. So just to run through the notes, namespace myStuff declares the namespace myStuff with 1 integer in it. No semicolon at the end. And then we use the namespace. We're using it here. myStuff, and then use the scope operator. Go out and get the A variable. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this. We'll see what it does. So first we have to compile it. And then we'll run it. And you can see it just does the cout. A is, prints out A is, and then this guy here goes out and gets the 1 and prints the 1 here. Okay, so that's a real simple use of a namespace. Next one, it's kind of the same thing. Number 6. In number 6 we have the same namespace here as the previous video, and then we have a second namespace here, and we named it myStuff2. This one's myStuff, this one's myStuff2. Same integer A, but now we're making it equal to 2. Up here it was equal to 1. And then down below we do the printouts. This one points to the first namespace. This one points to the second namespace. So myStuff A goes out to myStuff and gets A. myStuff2 A goes out to myStuff namespace and grabs A. So this is where we really get into the purpose of why we would want a namespace. There might be some reason where, for some reason, you want to name this variable A. So instead of changing this variable name, you stick it inside of a namespace, and then you just use a different name on the namespace. And then you can keep this variable name the same. Okay, so let's run this and see what it does. First we'll compile it, and then we'll run it, and you can see first it does this printout: A in my stuff is, A in my stuff is, my stuff A, goes out and gets the 1. And then the second printout, A in my stuff 2 is, says A in my stuff 2 is, and then my stuff 2 for A goes out and gets the 2. Okay, so number 7, we'll go out and look at the code. Here's number 7. Basically the same thing. We have namespace my stuff, namespace my stuff 2. Both of them still have integer A, but now we have a function inside each namespace. And here again, we're keeping the function name the same in both namespaces. So when we do the function call here, we can keep the function name the same. Okay, so let's go ahead and compile it, and then we'll go over it. So we're doing number 7. Okay, and then we'll run it. Okay, so we get 3 printouts. A is 7, A is -3, and A is 10. Okay, so first in main, we have our main here. We have one namespace here. We have another namespace here. My function, and then down below we have a function. Okay, so first, just to walk through this, we have integer A equals 0. That's where we're getting this warning from, I think, here. A is assigned a value that's never used in main. That's from that guy. Then we have a prototype, int my function, int. That's for this guy here. And then we do a function call. We call my function the way we normally would. There's nothing new here, and we send it 2 and 5. So it calls my function here. 2 comes into here, 5 comes into here, adds them both together, returns a 7, stores 7 inside here, And that's how we get a 7 here. A is 7. When it comes down here and does the C out, A is 7. And then we have another line here. We're using my stuff namespace. So we say in my stuff namespace, call my function. Send it 2 and 5. So it comes up here to my stuff namespace. It knew to go up there because we told it right here, go to my stuff and run this function. It runs this function, it gets a 2 and a 5. So 2 minus 5 is minus 3. It returns an integer. So it returns a minus 3. Minus 3 comes back to here. My stuff A stores minus 3 here. Then we have another line. Go to my stuff 2. Run my function. Send it a 2 and a 5. So it goes to my stuff 2. Sends it a 2 and a 5. So we got 2 times 5 is 10. Returns an integer. It returns 10. 10 comes back to here. And then this stores 10 inside here. And then down below we do the 3 printouts all at one time. That's where we get these. So A is minus 3. That comes from this line. A is, go out to my stuff and get A. So it prints out a minus 3. Third printout, A is, prints out A is. Then it goes to my stuff 2, grabs the A, which is 10, and prints out 10 here. Okay, so this was just an example of using 2 namespaces. One namespace here, 2 namespace here, and you could have integers named the same, and you can have functions named the same. And there again, for some reason, when you create your functions, for some reason you want to keep the function name the same in your function calls, so you just throw them inside of a namespace. Okay, and let's clear the screen, so we'll get up at the top. And number 8. Basically the same thing, but we're just kind of playing around with a few items. The first namespace is the same as the previous example. The second namespace, my stuff 2, all we have inside here is the prototype for my function. And then we created the function outside of the namespace. But here we said in the function definition, we said my function is a part of my stuff too. And everything else is the same. We'll go ahead and compile it, show you that it works. So you can see A is 10. When we do the function call here, it goes to my stuff2 and runs my function. 2 times 5 is 10. So that comes from this. So instead of having the function inside of the namespace here, in my stuff2, we only have the prototype. And then outside of the namespace, we actually created the function. Say my function is a member of my stuff2, my stuff2 namespace. Okay, so we covered the rest of the namespace examples in this folder. I have a few more where we get into classes and things like that. So, okay, we'll do those next time. See ya. Bye.